Dr. Bawumia candidate na problem or one.
Yes, that problem or because Muslims for no say on or the tribalism no be NDC for say there's no way be present Northern.
Yeah.
And until somebody abandon mommy Northern region vote no a bit tough form in his voice.
Yeah.
When the mommy a bit tough form. Any the man. If you the man no, you who say out of desperation. A summoner woman, you may be one pay. But I tell you, one way a bad boy. Jom de Zambi Baba ya. Na be brain so you who you bet me MP for to me.
If these are some of the factors, man, Cremophone Zungu votes in here, going forward, the most present Dr. Bawumia will it change?
And change because at the home team, no home team. Mammy, I done Pemia said, Debiona Buch name. I know home fan. On Bon Casada or my lecture, the other. And then I'm 11 10.
But I'm going to say Dr. Bawumia, no, a bone. Russia, Ukraine, and over the year, dollar same year. And then Iran, and soon echo.
Yeah, I didn't tell what they sometimes the NPP phone, because sometimes book is doors. And you see, lately he has stopped speaking on visions and records, and now speaking on permutation. We by 4, we by 3. Politics is not mathematics. Nah, we by 4, we by 5, we by 6. In the Nzo Maringo 4. What can you do? Marco can. Or see, if you want to become flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, tell us what you have done for yourself, what you can do, what you have done for the nation, and what you have done for the party. Very simple.
This simple of you.
Na didn't know unibi. What's a changing I am for Kunyanima. And I'll buy a share when you yam co-position. We are also about power. Good 8 years. Namu drink for the go. Namu yese. Mutu totons are seen them to see Siadai. Yanime Japadi winner. Osia fe de masabre mabre because o call lectures lecture hall obi a wo se wabre mema ye de dollar ye ntu nto sabi petrol kai wo fo enfo wo se mabre wo de o de hye unza se be de economy no be da no na be da na ye buburuja o fo kai enfo o to bibi ento no msi de bi sa de be to etutel ya se mabre bi sa de amam go bi na se embenfo se ye so afun di ade a da papa ewu a o ma so afun gom de be di ade.
I work closely with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as his personal assistant at his campaign office. But I will not go into details now. I won't go into details. But with the approach to that particular situation, I realized it lacked leadership. I realized that.
What was the approach?
His approach lacked boldness, firmness, fairness, and courage.
Really?
And these are essential qualities of any good leader.
But there's a leader who is saying he has bold solutions, for the people of Ghana.
You are
saying he lacked boldness in taking decisions at his office?
He cannot.
Was it when you're leader?
Yes.
I said the man, I said a population of about 33 million. Yeah, the man obey
overwhelmed. Control. And this any person imagine say you chairman national chairman. Na Dr. Bawumia president. President be control long.
Omana ko do man to play. You cannot omana ko. Data national
over 2 years, good years. No kan economy was some biom.
Data yi and data
palace in there.
Musia mutimi kan data ni bi.
Entumi anka.
Tisha, what will be your campaign message going forward election 2028? Say Bawumia be flag bearer.
Become be count out. Economy ni ye dey call elections. Economy no any dey call election. O ma je fun sem.
Data so ye
sanje. Inti den na de be call.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, following yesterday's presidential and parliamentary elections, Ghanaians at home and abroad have been sitting on tenterhooks awaiting the outcome of the election. Let me say that the data from our own internal collation of the election results indicate that former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has won the presidential election decisively.
The moment Dr. Bawumia conceded defeat in the pet and the Jija all strength down. And it's Ablekuma. Obeka is a woman who say she cannot protect or Saturday weak. Because you accepting defeat.
I'm a security now switch it. I have found a bush for you in Kwaba at the back channel. So I say a Solid TV. Message own subscribe or subscribe to the Solid TV channel. Now ya share link no message or comment who here. Now share content no one like a page now. It's our sack up man and come over be a fee. ene ye ba be di NPP amanyoku mu nkomo titu de fa honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompeko Japan nim say NPP for say nyame boa next year the 31st of January 2026 ye kwa akoto aba e de yi Frank Krani na nipa bebre so far Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompeko Japan Dr. Yawadu Chumana Feso Brana Champo na so far oma declare omo intention to contest ma de say a lecturer from the Kumasi Technical University Mr. Edmond Pompraso a show interest so obe contest na obia se ofata na dia ahenche no ye de hye na ebe fata no obetima gi Frank obetima gi amanyo mutumi e de amaye no eye honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompeko nti from now ko be se be to abale de honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompeko Japan en sempa ana obetime bre o this channel so na ene ye trasia meniminu na bantuma one of our favorite panels ye ba be bon komo na Ablekuma North Electoral Commission for a 7 notice say omo kwa run 19 polling station ye nyina nim say abato ekoto no on the 7th of December 2024 no na ma me akuafiri ya we NPP parliamentary candidate no lead in Ablekuma North na on the 8th of December at 9 a.m. ana MPP Frank Akwani be conceded defeat Emma NDC for the Takashi agigi a lot of seat enti Ablekuma North so affected ye Emma yehu se omu gina electoral commission concept one declare ma NDC ma declare by some of time go court Emma court here say 5 polling station bi electoral commission for so omu ni security personnel post for improved security more among quality sa results no se be quality and quality ya that ma de chen ya electoral commission say omu kwa run 19 polling station na no na MPP general secretary TTV so esu omu tietiem and then the aqua established say MPP be boycotted these elections. Now who caused up? One of this side way in a buy. Ebi said Dr. Bawumia or conceded defeating them without knowing the number of parliamentary seats here. One of us have problems way in Aba. Now so on the credits our problem we are. Why does he want to come again? Is he on agenda say obe collapse MPP? And I said there. Plus honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompeko Onuya na ade nyina Mr. George Otibo so me kai say abusua bi say omo nanne omo free Niger a omo ba bedu Ghana for me fulane for omo owning sase ekobubu ne dan yenkom na enne amane ba betu dwane che say Mr. George Otibo nso wa win court judgment against the Samira Bawumia family and some way after be kan wa na no pa wi anwuma me de ba so me twam ho aba me ba me ko ma na ba ntuma kwa ba Usa for medical more kwa na message so subscribe na fast that Emma Austin Bema na like page me say wo hwe content na like page na le say wasa cap ma wanyom mo nyina mo kam no kuma na ba ntuma kwa ba
eja
na mpom de say
boko
ya te won kan che
eja adwumaya
Nana Bantuma a member of Honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompeko Japan campaign team or kind of national communication na Western region, right?
Yeah.
Also dibu tintimai. Na campaign ko say
miura say campaign ko yi pa.
Okay.
Mzembenfo say ufie for esumo twetwena abonze for 20 hours.
What's it say?
Ufie for esumo twetwena abontin so 40 hours.
O pa chere say.
E chere say wa ufie ankasa anyewa abontin so for nyew.
That's a baby one that would directly.
Me directly na yewura credit Japan ne former candidate na say honorable if it na grassroots Ghana for mebuno bi a age papa na tum say we create numa oyewe obwa man no Ghana first efie for agent
Okay.
and to be a second obi so temperamental you to ni say they are not considering his temperament because oye temperamental no see cardio center na bufo ya na odi eye nyema bibiri enu adam no ka say yakoto machine kese pa dia ma efia nkwanta hospital takrade
Okay.
Ye incubator kese pa honorable ken neto ya ekoje ya ni team dia ejina ma ekoye ye mom yakoto about 2024 okodwa mo
ko o man ka se papa na ne bufu nti o mo je
Dabi ya nka se papa na ni bufu a oni okunti no ya nye incubator no ya je
na obetu ya $147,000 confirm no che no
yes
na bufu achi nya ye
ya je bo ma o mo ye
Tamale teaching hospital plant abufu achi nya
ya je diplomacy o mo ya diplomacy ba wi asi Sabi, omo va diplomacy no and touch lives.
Okay.
Enunti. If you for agent. Ye mom 2024 year ko. A minor kai. Won fa compre konko ese dey bi. Any I dey ni pa wo for ko.
Okay.
Ye dey ni ko e ni fie for anye no.
Okay.
Any e pia no to abontere.
Okay.
Inti abontere so for grassroots no. Any NPP for bimo ango to aba. Any sabi floating voters. Eti anu so. And in terms of say few for a pursue to forma. Upon the super betty,
Fear for soon for man.
assume you forma.
About
If you for wine, nordness. Over 30 police stations. No.
Okay. Now, at Sassamon, me person bush out and a bantama. We a party. Pa. Some more polling station nipa 5. No more.
Police station nipa 5. Sabi, say. Ye call elections. Ye party.
Yeah.
Party into yaka.
Yeah.
Uye juma na se nyame dom wona ko anima na yaro dem.
Yeah.
Anunti. Then nyina be ambassadors cause polling stations are petty. Ye call election ye say. Ye de monfa kwabla ni ani man ni. Ye hwe ni policies na ade a. Nordness yi. Also be use the whole 5 northern region. Ye feed the whole of Africa.
Yeah.
And so be creating nyuma men. Monfa ni nko. Si there. Any true jina so. Grant jina so. Se monko to primaries. We are got to mad the open. Are the chair now free Jubilee House? Because after now be free war. You do not have a map for. You say okay. So the treasurer so after also you say I'm going to near Drew. If you ever because she had that can mudia. So the MP for Guana air traban. No, I say, see a shana man to a man. Your best salon and I say be more frabum. Would you man winning now? And this for MPP for CPP for
PNC for.
And only a Koshada can ma. Nephew, a rare character. Yes, you know.
Do share MPP polling is nipa 5 or more share your to a betty about
Papa to a betty. To a betty, coordinators, constituency executives.
Now, maybe say MPP from 1992. You recorded 0 in the polling station.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it.
The attorney say, even a Dubois, no time, and I said, Kabimam Kabian said, I knew I'll buy. The most powerful politician at that time, AJJ.
You're honest. They're very intimidating person.
Too much. Even or no, Ujana name. Ujana name to me call contest, it tremble 30%.
Yeah.
Satam Krana, 1988, from 1988, the year 1992,
There be elections.
Election.
The name said elections here.
And now, and so I another registration be a voters registration be. It's not old one on my head. Kakrebi.
Na MPP for kwa usi uso bakato MPP.
Yes.
Ya soro kwa mboka. Ya 2-0 man that time kwa Kenya.
Ni stronghold. Ni stronghold. Ya ni party base. Coordinator ni sa ni me ya. Omo eye party ni bi.
Because na money grass.
There be ni grass.
But by the end they know because they were come from the revolution. Ma build omo.
See people for be come. So what you say. Nti ni nyina mu no. Nu ye nya. E kire se. Nipa kan di ni na odi no edi anim no. Na nya
Dr. Bawumia candidate na problem on one.
Yes. Na problem on because Muslims for no say on or the tribal system no so tribalism no be say NDC for say there's no way be represent Northern.
Yeah.
And until somebody abandon mamia Northern region vote no a bit tough form. In his voice.
Yeah.
When the mamia be tough form. Any of the man. If you are the man no you who say out of desperation. A summoner woman no nyeme bi wo ha won pe. But sentally mo ye bad boys. Nti om de nzambi baba ya na bebre no so ye hu ye bed ne ye people to ntumi nka.
Yeah.
Turo bi ana sabi ye de nyema gu kom na wakọ ye nananom aboso mo.
Me hwe sa video na na bant meka no. video na okọ bosomfie na ede niam agu no komu eno so kan obi na ma pa
itia
Bawumia NPP
Muslim for omo yi
no
pekra
and gentleman zongo vote na
yes ono so kan
because zongo dey say aboabo mo zongo asonase akwatia la amna dey na Muslim populated area ndi na omo
hu sa de na omo pekra say obekọ na nanom so say yenhira omo pe yani Christians dey yani etumi accept some
yeah make a more of a tolerant person.
Yes, and as you believe in culture more. Yeah, in the culture no so no Christians you quite him fear. Yeah, you performing every duty and why him fear say because it's part of our culture. Yeah, and it is an anonymous gunsa we pastor krana na say wo fear him fear wa obegina o me yaye. Yeah, good son. But Muslims omontesa we Muslimi we Muslimi. Oso na nanom boso aso na nanom boso. Nti se wo se wo kwa se wo hu bia wo firi ba
wo enkran fo because in a match wa wura bosomfie o se yesom se wo kwa kwa campaign
yes
and yesom se wo kọ ne ebo din egu inside niam wo so nto
na campaign
ebi kwa ka ye se konsan ko tuba foforo
you see nti se ade a wo kọ campaign na campaign ground wa kọ na nanom ho na mu nyina ne dom no ana se mpanifo leaders makọ ho dia nge nim se bia so okọ friends community was say performing some way be answer the way they one or two and I call it say asembe ni friends
what one ebo ni di ya busa
the busa asere na mama enya bone e wo memem tie mani so de enya bone Christians bebre enya bone but you free benti
kramofo no mo say haram
kura amu ye omo say sebi na praku sembi mi praku mi da mi hu so wa bibida so but tell be kan ya ama ngofo gidi
because anasa watima ko sebi ye se obi a wari dawura ba so ba we dawura na mu a eninachi obi watima ba wura bosomfie de ye ka se wari praku a se ba fo bejedi
di sa ne man keke ka ho ene me tofo so se ka se sebi ye hwe sa ne ma we ni asanso de nipa kro na aba what has changed
na so me busa se if these are some of the factors man kremofo ne zongo votes in here going for the most president Dr. Bawumia will it change
change because at the home team no home team penufo say utwa sa akwete wa haban no na nkrofo de na utwa gu no shaibu ye nyina ye dua haban a ye afu a ye dua first haban ne ete de tom na se ye dua wie na wo de wo kire mimi de achi na se wo pe kwan na wutwa ebigu no wa bọ kwan de akọ de na nyam de na wutwa
ebi de na wutwa
yes entu niema na ye as NPP party ni etwa niema bebregu form na ni enim na enam se power drunk o se chairman zabonso ene me fast kwanya wutwa kanse bi a chance open speaker omra ewini akanadi kure ondumi nye president ondumi nye speaker onse ondumi nye chief of staff speaker ndi abra odi akiri nka we mbodi nka wo ba e politics and I would do nyina ma no na wo feel so try am bia sabi position di ya is position ya promising position be position ya promising
two ne promising no
you see
upon speaker no Dr. Bawumia say na po anum kata na man lose
ndi we man vice
or the vice na man
ade enya hu ye kura ye ti ebewi ni si ewi ni yenim ye hu de ekọ dollar sabi no economic messiah or the free 4 or the cost 17 o mami yari dam pam ya sabi da bi ona abuchimani anu hu mfani onu bon kasa da o ma lecture ba bi ada enene nam friends 11 ni 10
but I'm who say Dr. Bawumia no wabon pa because o share Russia Ukraine no de ya dollar sem ya and Iran enso eko oni
I didn't tell on
de
sometimes the NPP phone
but me kind of Bawumia wabon
let's call
speed
because sometimes book semine doso and you see lately he has stopped speaking on visions and records and now speaking on permutation way by 4 way by 3 politics is not mathematics now way by 4 way by 5 way by 6 in the so maringo 4 what can you do so, Professor Makoku can or see if you want to become flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party tell us what you have done for yourself what you can do what you have done for the nation and what you have done for the party.
Is that what you want me?
Yes. Very simple.
This simple of what you
want. So na idi nyina mu unibi. What's a chinchina yemfa akonwa ne ma ngrofo pringonwa wo se be mam stia na se ngati aka na stia ne ma
ya tu stia na ma
ade ma na ze ko form akonwa tipa omko so ade so MPP grassroots so hwe Africans fence policy survey omo dia ba ne sa ne ma you see say now people are getting the reality they are getting it say no was that you or dan just one side
but my musa as an atwato o sha message ya nanado e de call party for him in 27 or when yeah and I say anyi kwa man or when and one of the call the next 2012 prime minister the other but Dr. Bawumia consistent was a son no first about all the economists the buy I feel or the digital ne say me the zone of votes baba and then we join a few and the okata oil permutation and I could 4 call pre another call 3 into ono yaman ko 4
na me nua permutation bo sa me the end permutation wa sako for e say o ma ekoko ye obi a wo number of voter ye dbt or consider now sisi ya no nipa oto no ho ayampia say ono de wawu akọ ondumma biem Mahama can never become president again or call 4 years per obi e ban bia call 8 years and nti ondumma back no ade sabi sisi ne kasa nyina che say wa fa no as mentor mentor kese pa wo kana ha e ma doctor Mahama nanso si ya hwemu dia permutation no ne emfa ne dia nka now 2016 John Mahama lost to Nanado 1 million
close and do 1 million
close to 1 million.
I'm saying a letter of over 900,000 into 1 million
and 2020 the year 2000 Osa Lucy the same year to Nanado 500,000 2024 and 2024 Owini and Ambuana
oh here 2016 na close to 1 million 2020 no or close on the car 500,000
okay so permutation no lottery permutation all mentor so no dia say sadia and the year 2024 will you see close to 2 million votes so 2028 obesa lusu by 500,000 so 1.5 now for 2032 well lusu you aka 1 million for 2036 now say aka 500,000 so Bawumia be the president pen permutation all you say obi akotutu na Mahama etumi lusu asa babiem do no so betumi dia and 2046 and I'll bet my president.
Let's try mu na abo
ko. Yen nyina asabe na abrabo nyina wi ko akotra na no mo ze do. Nti certificate ni ebeku dem akopim 2042 to 2048. That's a film.
Because I didn't see Mahama be Bawumia
mentor all of a sudden mentor kese pa say Mahama to me e ko sa ba bie ma.
Mr. Midba ko sa bie.
Na o permutations on another one ni say. O ma e ba ye nyina no from Jekofo abreso ebenya no bia no na vice president
Dabi
obia no MPP die ya odi Professor Dubois oni position Dabi abem no nko muda fans yewura eye Jekofo na oni
buzia no be minister
only vice that the only person I work for 8 years as deputy leader of the party 8 years as also deputy leader of the party as vice president 16 good years and it what and Samuel Okum say the most marketed candidate 16 good years as running mate and vice president for 16 good years. Sabi woni o batna matna mfishia be du du nunade ontumi ne obe ya anwo be no be transfer be dwofo be transfer ya ji be ya fluzem de ama aware fofora o se mom sima mba me ne me yire ko de maba
na ba be wo
on abewo I mean na the person what talk say what you can you do double free no
yes
ye ba ye better asem no na wo ma be tu a on what talk say tu aka and so ka say free double wo record
yes
what do you on track record very abysmal performance so
a brand new power like NPP 30.2
I mean
after almost fair say or but wait we try not to mean 41
nya no kre this you be honest say no mo sem koto fufu
why am koto fufu
nti na wo say wo conclude say wo nya 42
41
say Ablekuma no of you say koto fufu
you say koto
onu ka da de nyom banka
the bottom and say 9 polling 9 regions na constituency na ka no yeah the buy what drop from 41 number 38.2 and on person can
aba ya dutu nwe ya ye bi free ni eko na say abrante ya may so rest in peace
okwatia
ni die kura no ye ho trouble bibire anything aba ya nge o say nge nwe obo no young can you see crown for the man what you can consider that. I don't know who said what. I mean, so and to come for an track.
But utie a man for in some more can and Dr. Bawumia. Wabre your money be. Is it Baba say ubi a bit my age must be a bread and a bread and wabro?
Now say I can't do a bread here. Unless then events are on Chamatu now and go formula. Quablenja Japan. You're too soon to do unity party. Ableton. I could free you now. Ableton. Can you compare Japan? Say, be protected ballot bosses or Ghana and Yomo. The Mune Juma Bonnie Bia Nanado. Any John Damen offense a year a Jikunko for Befre Kobe. Yeah. Obeka said, yeah, call election by election war.
Is it time?
Debbie, you nipa uyi. Last before 2020.
Aye,
Kumewu.
Yeah.
Nanado Fred
Ken.
So Sereno Uncle Mano. Yes, I did a cosmo. A muya uncle. This item now, parting disaffection now, they never mind my dinner. Uncle Man, Kennedy could now size. I think it may win elections. The now, or ye pay more dinner, yes, a compre combra. Obi out the Bank of Ghana as a deputy governor. She will know cough from nowhere. Yeah, ma'am, but by Nanado say, Sabian Zeni Bian, wow, ye not dinner, ever NPP. Satam no the year 2008. Na Nanado say ye ninya nzeni bia sabi ewo MPP ma wo ye no dina o ye sem no ye kremoni a wo sua nwoma a onim economy mu kakra ne ani bi
yeta wo
a emesemfo bu fui
yeah
sa da ne ya ye dwuma ya
obi onye party
no obi onye party ni nti ne ye ne nti ye ni no dina bia sabi o ye MPP ni a o ye economist o ye chartered accountant o ye dwuma bank da ye ni bi ye obebre buburuja sam omunyina bu fui. It took some of friends members we said Canada Japan and the cool you almost said no. Said another some or
also we no pay their money
overnight. Yeah. And you to me grant you amnesty my be party. Yeah. And into what you did two and crowd some sack or June Abba. Junior on go for one gombe you. Or some quadrono you said because you know one by.
We require back on for PNC party card.
On board assassin book also you don't no idea. I know about when you had the idea was the entrance. And I'll buy a share when you yam co-position. We also about power. Good 8 years. Namu drink for the gu. Namu yese. Mutu totons asi namu to see ya dying. Ye nyeme japadi wina. Osi afi de masabre. Mabre because o colleges. Lecture hall. College.
Na lecture hall ora otuaka.
Obi a osi wabre mema ye dre. Dole ye ntu nto. Sabi petrol kai wo fo enfo. Osi mabre. Obi a wabre ni obi a waye dwuma ma sabi mfaso abaso ma abanya ya ba power over 8 years offense 8 good years I give free education I ye nyema bebre because of economy ni mu ya drinti ono so na we head of offense economic management ma o fed no na na the fed so o deliver I free education at na one ye bebre akwan bebre na do ye what do they show that say better economy ni so economy no beda no na beda e na ye buburuja ofro kai mfo oto bibi ento no msi de bi sa de beto atia e tu tell you as mabre bi sa de am go bi na se mbenfo se ye so afun di ade a nga papa ewu a o ma so afun ngom de be di ade ye so afun di ade de bi sabi MPP grassroots o me anhwe ni ehu se mbenfo se adaka o we fe pa nso mfa sisi dem de bi adaka very casket very beautiful
okroma decorating
kama o say bi sisi enya ni trabia no
the otoye kwa ompe
yes
and the way so ompe
yes the first say we should suit now we are fine gentleman just say as a Saudi president
but talking about say also deserve me person here view short one.
I work closely with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as his personal assistant at his campaign office. So I worked with him.
And what was that like?
Well, at the initial stage, it was cool. You know, we all had it in this country, the economic messiah, the economic whiskit. So I was excited to have the opportunity to work closely with him, book his appointment at the campaign office, sit in his meetings and write his minutes, serve him his coffee, his food, and whatever he may assign me to do. And also did travel sometimes with him. So it was very exciting, I would say. But along the line, I realized Dr. Bawumia lacked leadership. He was not just my boss, he was like a father to me. At a point in time, an incident happened at the office. But I will not go into details now. I won't go into details. But with the approach to that particular situation, I realized it lacked leadership. I realized that.
What was the approach?
His approach lacked boldness, firmness, fairness, and courage.
Really?
And these are essential qualities of any good leader.
But this is a leader who is saying he has bold solutions, for the people of Ghana.
He has
you are saying he lacked boldness in taking decisions at his office?
He cannot. I came to the conclusion that with what happened, he's easily manipulated and dictated to.
Really?
It's sad, but people control Dr. Bawumia.
Seriously?
People tell him what to do. And it's sad that a leader will not have an opinion of his own. It's sad.
This is the vice president of the country we're talking about.
Well, he holds the position, but who is he when it comes to his leadership style? That is what we are talking about.
What did you see at the office which is making you jump, or should I say arrive at this?
I would say, I will still not go into the issues. I know you're trying to push me. But with his approach, when it comes to solving issues, putting his foot down when it matters the most, pulling the bull by the horn, correcting people when they are misbehaving. He cannot even correct a group of about 10 people working around him when some are misbehaving. So it saddens my heart that people will think he can handle the affairs of our beautiful country of over 32 million people. I don't think Dr. Bawumia can. He will be overwhelmed. Ghana will not be safe under Dr. Bawumia's leadership. And I'm not going to mince words because people need to know it. I have had a personal experience so they can make an informed choice. It's as simple as that.
Did something happen between you and Dr. Bawumia? Was there a beef? Was there an incident? Are you bitter about something?
No,
that you are sitting here,
there's no
saying
beef.
that the vice president of the country, flag bearer of the NPP, who was chosen overwhelmingly by delegates as the man to lead us, you are sitting here saying that this is not a leader who is fit.
Why am I saying that he is not the right person for the country? Because that is really what the situation is. And if I can say what I know to help Ghanaians to make an informed choice, why should I keep quiet when it matters the most? Because we need critical leadership. And I know that my former boss and father cannot offer that.
But there's somebody who is head of the economic management team.
And what was the performance?
Who has been at the helm of affairs, dealing with, issues surrounding the economy, among other things. That's why the president brought him in, because the president believed in him, and the president believes that he has delivered. And you think otherwise.
And that has reflected in the result. Bad leadership gives us bad outcome and bad output, bad performance. We will not lie to ourselves. We are all in this country. Before 2016, Dr. Bawumia was making rounds. He was in our faces, Ashasi University, Central University, talking about how weak the economy is. Because that was the only role the president expected him to do. It was about the CD. The CD was about 3.8 or let's say 4C. But that was very bad as at that time. Recently, he had a media presser. He said what he said then was true is now true as well.
About the fundamentals being...
But exactly, but we cannot come to this conclusion now. You see the dishonesty. He's not a consistent leader as well.
And you saw that when you were working with him in his office?
I saw that. It's sad, but that is really it. I saw that. The economy, he's performed abysmally. And Ghanaians will be making a choice about, based on what has happened with the economy. He said we are suffering. Do you remember, Lantam? Do you remember? He said
that he's far better than Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, whom you work closely with.
Mr. Lantam, I've already told you about the leadership style, which will come to play. That is very important to Ghanaians. He provides a very compelling alternative, coupled with experience. He's talking about advocating for a very responsive government to the decay in the system when it comes to corruption. He's talking about jobs, and it's evident during his time and now the unemployment rate has risen to it's hiked from 8% to 14%. And I even love when I hear the NPP and my former boss throwing figures around that they've created jobs, 2.6 million jobs, and they intend to create more when given the nod.
Have they not done that? There's been planting for food and jobs.
TESCOM members in the party, that is the youth in our party. If indeed we've created jobs, how come about 98% of TESCOM members don't have jobs? They've been jobless for the past 8 years, 7 years, 6 years.
Babo nta okata Bawumia enye leader. Ye do man say so obe crash o man.
Sabi ena me kan say ufiefo esu moto abonja
abonja 48 years.
Abonja 48 years. San say yeti ye mami yenin baby a. He say otete office 170.
Yeah.
Sana traitor kakraka pa deceiver chese bronzam kese pa. Kotap no beto because your wife ne busuafo nyina ye NDC for ozo ye NDC o papa no ye NDC even say wo de o ye NPP o papa no ye NDC
Bawumia de Bawumia na mu no so NDC o ma me ye NDC ni o na so kono amu no Bawumia o be NPP a anko oba buriki ama na waiver o ba ko NPP
na me tu engine position
the ema waiver
power just ema waiver
David
we party nti no ehu eso hu se Oma na omni omonam on say Shaibu minimum no nenam. Say the achievement put power. Easy for you to come close to me.
Yeah.
Ebia na in situation am no wumi enie.
Yeah.
Say young people for. It is a dachi na say nyame mfa sama. Ye hu ba ko ye NDC no konya power. Na say ngrofo ba no ho a wontumi ko no ho ntama. Wontumi ma yadwuma mo. Enti na ye NDC ni papa. Unya ndisi papa dabi enti ba bia no mo wo before no na o ma no mo nama eyo mo adamfo family members na ade no nyame ye na dum NPP ko fa no onya sa opportunity no e o kam sa squad ni enti nyoma yesi o se nyame nyina na sabe be ko try me no do ko go office.
But this woman was so bold, say about something, and Nema aye too confidential.
Or the command.
Was it when you leader?
Yes.
I said the man, I said a population of about 33 million. Yeah, the man obey
was in the pattern
control.
And this any per sabi. Imagine say, Yura, ye chairman to be, national chairman. Na Dr. Bawumia president. President be control young.
O man ko no man to play. Ya cannot o man ko.
First Yura untumi penasem pa. Very fine gentleman penasem. Na sabi me yada ne niam bibiri. Imagine so ye national chairman.
Na Bawumia fa body fragment. Kapati mo guru.
Na cabinet minister wan be choose.
Hey, yes.
I mean,
Mam say mistakenly.
Yeah.
Dr. Bawumia be fragment. Na say Mohammed ehye ne man so kola. What would be the NPP campaign message into 2020?
The new message be because now what the offense economy na buy the economic messiah
I expose you.
And I expose we say Mohammed teso na expose no na ne fundamental anye. And I was over transfer no fundamental ne de na enye wo Mohammed breso be expose wo breso e do cost $17 e do cost 17 and Mohammed about 10 uwie na offense ye fangui upeja na bupum driver ni tum ko gina filling station ohwe ni say ya no asa tu akopake
ana mo say Bawumia aye digital digital national service
over 2 years good years no kan economy no wasam biam
digital yi is a national service that goes name bubulu this year digital
palace in there
mun say mun ka digital bi
entumi anka
this year what will be your campaign message going forward election 2028 say Bawumia be flag bearer
because be count out economy ne ye dey call elections economy no any dey call election o ma je fun
digital so
yesaje into then na dey be call. What are you building your policy around? And until Kenda Kumpreko Japan, Nipa now John Domain Mohammed Suni power can one no. I go for a Kennedy Kumpreko Japan. And the day offense Dr. Bawumia ewini primacy no.
So
the wines are.
Only Julius that bro mo
Germany and wine do.
I was quite
there. Pine trouble the audio.
But I mean so much German no more.
Sure.
When me share and the man came a boss Zuba. And I mean interview say Nigeria share Bawumia no. I say Shaibu. Nipa ni so na Kenya because Kenya Japan also preaching against corruption.
Yes.
Na Bawumia they were them was ye be born. To what can I say?
And Mahama say ofri northern.
Yeah.
Or say Kennedy said he will use the 5 northern regions to build the whole of Africa to feed the whole of Africa. And the more agriculture, large scale farming costs not foreign investors because they draw tomatoes. As I say, tomatoes factory. Say buy cost as I say, and
we will need more hands there.
Yes. And nyama be breba Emma sabi am not in the Jumaye. Investors be breba be create friends say factories e wo ho. The ngrofo mvuo ni mu ye adwuma no obi so factory wo e manufacture. Ye no final product.
Now we call them candidate no. What's that the poalugu ko ambosa ko bu mkunfo no fo.
Owie Mahama said there be we tourism now. Tourist centers be the northern region. Means ho na mfidi. Or same man no could tell very local policies be a build Africa.
Yeah.
Local policies are build Africa.
Yeah.
And the computer, what the actual name is by a parent was a digital computer.
I did a baby.
Some me said no good was a digital. Digital we need digital. The digital now Eden Humba. I'm telling you. Digital and none of them Humba. As Tama offense if we are sending economy. Digital the Humba.
Yeah.
You and you use Facebook.
Yeah.
And you TikTok nabe.
Yeah.
And your man also Eden the Humba.
Because if we are sending one in home.
Yes. You should find job.
And a communication center. First, you call a communication center and a phone telephone booth in home. I didn't know baby. I didn't know
institutions, you know.
Yeah.
And your man, a true digital, me Hanse, and your various institutions. I mean, you call global way, system, and then Hoba.
Because and my man bank with ADB. Madam Muso must say, digital, I must say, mine as a super photo. And Oko is called ADB. Just so the Ghana card come more verified. Yeah, more photocopy. What do you do? So, what is the essence of digital?
It means a gradual process may be improved from that.
But in here, quite fast. You to be Juma. You to be Juma.
Okay, digital now. What's a bank access? No, very easy. Yeah. Na minya Juma. Yeah. Miniska. Where that bank is not to. Who ye Juma was scar. And a wunya coin no access digital. Digital na eban. Digital is very costly. Yeah. Adia beni ede digital ya. Enye
data.
Yes. Enye data. Adia beni ede digital ya. Enye juma.
Yeah.
You cannot use digital to create farming system. Yamba digital nya.
So be a robot or no dot.
Debi. Name who farming system no one e bia me fan say we start processing factory. We do banchi baby. Now you can improve on it. Yeah. Now when we use computer to check on my Juma.
Now we use phone. Yes. Cashless system.
Yes. So you have to create the job first before you build on it. Yeah. Through digital. Yeah. Ejuma dey no ni be here. Last na say my branch be from me na masters. No catch me say or your agriculture. Yeah. Or your agric. Na ni dey I think say crop. Yeah. And no catch me say opese honorable can efena Juma. Ewo I said, start processing factory.
I tell you what that's a
mantin or something. Into on your day now. Now, say, then, or person, or so, person, well, I come monitor near me or no person add BB to Kennedy, the factory. Yeah. Now, say, then I be so add. Or say, well, drafting BB or person can't tell. No, say, well, who say Kennedy establish BB employment and all. But person or add it up the knowledge. Yeah. And until may you see, now okay, can you say no, very loud. Didn't ya? When we said the system is already built.
Both, yeah.
It is there. And until a coin bet to me, I first way bet check workers. Yeah. A coin production over cost on 10. Yeah. Sandy men you also build a true digital now. Yeah. In him do a question of a building into a Juman or young funnel, no me boy. A Juman. Inside a poor Ghana. As we do come and never bunch of crown to talk and all the fufuadi. What's the young brother they get? Some tourism center be in a way, true they get. I bet when a tourist centers. Enya digital di menya to. The authority center be bro why you can Kennedy Bar Western region. Or say Charles McCarthy. Ono na ye pam na no ku no.
Yeah.
Say kind e tu a omo de kwa akoni na. E wo ya himfie o. And nti e betuma state you nyama ne we build area ho.
Yeah. Mama mfa be hwe.
Am nti ya build area no. Ye betumi the true digital no. E generate fund.
And actually man for location.
Yes.
Advertising on the digital platform so. Now to me because the digital no one created the site.
Digital enye cement. Say who sit down na we here foundation na we build there. Digital endorsement.
And a digital say onim say no one dey ho ba genuinely. But so what for so create digital. And na man nessa 7 na goes ni bebre.
Onim say obeka ya. Tema mahama or dey 24-hour economy ba. Near doubt no.
Yeah.
And ye keka nsem bebre. Even though enima bebre wa nyansa ni or 24 hours.
Yes, obi say mo ko benya jata.
I mean,
ye be ko aton kusia na ye be to wa cha.
24 hours. Bet ye nipa.
Yeah.
E mind ye cheche.
Yeah.
Say bibi ya enya ye. 24 hours no. Enima bebre nsem nu wo ho asabe ye beka ho asem. Bet in a good sense ne say. Ombusa mahama o say adwumadie bi e wo ho dada no. E wo ho dada.
Yeah.
Obe add up with government strength.
Yeah.
Na yet to me running on 24 hours. It is laudable.
Yes.
And this Shaibu. Say, me say oh system bi a factory. Me say what build a factory. Na factory no, o capacity is very limited.
Yeah.
And unti say from and I want to make you a lot of employment. And this o kwa no pass 6 by 12 wapon. Ko make employment bi bla wonye sika into your moka. Okay, aban bet ma be so as.
Yeah.
Ebi say one factory one factory mahama nanado ye. Who's a partnership?
Yeah.
And me brother baako. Onumpo na sisi am no ka say oye administrator man senior handy.
Yeah.
Na start processing factory. Into ono per land, acres of land.
Yeah.
And na odua banche no sa na manyina. So aban ye say machines dey free outside ba no. Duty no be na free. Ono so ne de no. Efi eba bedu a na hyehye ne sa na manyina. Obeboa e me ya hyehye.
Yeah.
So aban partnership.
Yeah.
Into aban di ho abewuram. Say nanka the capacity ye 50%. Aban by no wanya 90 to 100%.
Sure.
Na production to me akoso.
Yeah.
One this fence say 24-hour economy.
Yeah.
E ho na aban strength e wo. In the already a year system I ordered that.
Yeah.
Okay, man fa aban nzo e ho hihye emra. It is say CBG Consolidated Bank of Ghana. O say ye gugu banks in bibli. And ye ka omo say munkoye adwuma. So that's the strength from the government. But so okay say digital. The system is not there already. Okay say paperless is say airport. Paperless.
How come na manfo wi?
Ohompo and exercise get example for sa me etumi enya trust ewo. Enso angusiaga.
Na oni ba na bantuma ye hwe Ablekuma no be che o ta monti ye hwe Ablekuma no be sia no. Electoral Commission for no yes na omuhia security court director say ka the police should provide them with security no community quality that year near almost said abre almost so the run 19 polling stations NPP say o ma twa omo e dey free e bi say we should blame Dr. Bawumia because he considered defeat earlier than omo Jesus seat
Mira Shaibu benvo say odesha nko akwadwane odesha pa gina kwano na se udwane akwanzo be dwane sanse your elections wo dey share the life of honorable Kennedy Japan share adeni mumu share mpenfo kwabrege Japan those days na nado danko akufo adomo ne sa squad no kwanya no mfa so mko elections muziness be with vehement anger from lantia won ke from lantia yenyewe dem hu ya ne say sika pe ene ba more e 2024 elections
sika nko na fiamba
the akabia ndie ne niema bebre bia na very
now call election now campaign chairman or parliament or general election general secretary anya 50 votes
strategy no was very poor sika de de ba and so strategy be call ground so
nenye
unim say ya call election before say be call election na vigilante
group data for the invisible
vigilante group ni nyina
magulu
yagunu emlanti ya wo Moses kakre betumi akoma ye no ade ade nyina yesi munyai na ndisi for sa exercise de na egu nyina na mte build wo mode Election is a process,
Yeah.
not an event.
Yeah.
Election, and yeah, one day, and the event, it's a process. You go through series of, and sana D-Day nedu. And until I was starting tema. But if I say, Oburu soon tema, no any break.
Yeah.
And until you started, Nasa pressure group, fence, a young Lantia, Guta Moses, or Moya Juma Kakrabwa, Sebasabini, because separating Adina. You go nina process, every year. Yeah, one day event because think I said day near discover, near be trouble. That's what Chinipa come check. That's what discover. What your bema, especially, who could have disadvantage be or this cannot say a basic GD. You feel position bad on when it's a mobile.
Yeah.
Sani man in a course. And inti. Yeah, to a ban. Baby, I ain't me constituency count. Me constituency. Baby. A bus pressure be a bad police station. Yenya come off. Me say, me police station, I'm going to try to treat me. Nante be you know say mu hey nana about ma try wa ha 8 years now
8 years
that me too many say
oh we en ho
abranche be le gina ho no aboa me yes sime wo dia go say ya tutu aku obi de second dwa wachi e so bo onkwa ho ba ndi san ne ma na ye feel ye no ehia nkrofo e be gina ma e betumi abo ko election de enye fodi ako enu ti sa ne ma ni nyina no eto e de eto fom ani ye call election we election no you started see baba and no 5 hours 7 hours 8 hours Dr. Alhaji Bawumia come let down so
me e bra no concede defeat in video.
Ladies and gentlemen of the media, following yesterday's presidential and parliamentary elections, Ghanaians at home and abroad have been sitting on tenterhooks awaiting the outcome of the election. Let me say that the data from our own internal collation of the election results indicate that former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has won the presidential election decisively. The NDC has also won the parliamentary election, even though we await final collation for a number of seats. However, I believe ultimately that these will not change the overall outcome. I have just called His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to congratulate him as President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. I said during the signing of the Peace Pact that I was sure of two things. Ghana will win and peace will reign. The people of Ghana have spoken. The people have voted for change at this time, and we respect that decision with all humility. I thank God Almighty for how far He has brought me, and I submit to His will. I am making this concession speech before the official announcement by the Electoral Commission to avoid further tension and preserve the peace of our country. It is important that the world investor community continues to believe in the peaceful and democratic character of Ghana. These are our most important assets. Ghana is more important than our individual political ambitions, and we must always put Ghana first. While this was not our desired outcome, I say this is part of the democratic process. We put our best foot forward in the contest, explaining our policies and programs. However, it is sometimes the case that the voter would have other ideas. I am very proud of the efforts of our campaign team, and I thank them very much. I assure His Excellency John Dramani Mahama of my full support in the transition process. As committed Democrats, we pledge to ensure that we have a very smooth transition so that the business of government will continue seamlessly. The NPP would offer the needed support to the new government in a very responsible way. Ladies and gentlemen, we have conceded defeat like any consummate Democrat would do, but we have not abandoned the fight to transform Ghana and expand opportunities to all sections of our society. We will not be a disruptive opposition, even though we would subject government actions and policies to strict scrutiny in the interest of our beloved nation. Our MPs, I am convinced, will do a thorough job to advance our democracy and ensure that the citizenry gets the best out of the democratic dispensation. To the rank and file of the New Patriotic Party, I know the feeling hurts, given that this is not the result you worked for. I know you would feel there is darkness ahead. That is natural, especially when in all sincerity you gave the assignment your all. But I assure you that we will regroup and come back even stronger. We will take stock of events and pick lessons to guide us going forward. In the interim, I urge you all to look into the future with optimism and hope. We may have lost the battle, but not the war. Let me also use this occasion to congratulate all MPs elect, with special emphasis on those from the NPP side. I would like to use this opportunity to thank His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, for his support and guidance over the years. I extend sincere thanks to the First Lady, Mrs. Rebecca Akufo-Addo, for her support and wise counsel throughout my tenure as Vice President and during the 2024 electioneering campaign. I would like to thank my wife, Haja Samira Bawumia, who has gone over and above the call of duty in her support for me. My thanks also go to my children, my brothers and sisters, and the entire Bawumia family for their support. I also thank my running mate, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe, and his wife Alma, for their strong support in this campaign. I am eternally grateful to our revered traditional rulers, religious leaders, and the generality of Ghanaians for their support. I thank former President Kufuor, the Council of Elders, executives, rank and file of the New Patriotic Party for their solid support. To all Ghanaians who
What's your video ya? Now buy you begin I say
now onim seat amonya.
I mean that time now onim seat onu pe need the presidency ni pen na hia no.
No, it's selfish.
Too much. As I so say, apart from what they are conceding, and I say what they are
lose no.
Oh, parliamentarians. Okay, Shaibu. Before semester Abason. One typical example say. Say parliamentarians almost sit in here.
Yeah.
Nga the year 92. Ya kwato aba. Ah, your boycott over kai say your boycott
the stolen verdict.
Yes, stolen verdict. Then your boycott here. Near say presidential election year 2 year. The obey no benya upper hand. Ewo constituency no.
Yeah.
And nti one year benya majority. Sadi entumum ya ntwa mum bia boycott. Ono bi na wo de
you just the punish
Dubai. Any boycott anybody you say your party muni FD you cut top to down. Be a boycott to be. Say you di ka to presidential in the parliamentary FD you beto yempene. And then you tumi aka say yento presidential na to police.
Ade na musimuchi no.
Ade na musimuchi.
Na dem udi.
E wo even general election. E dey this year party dey wo say on here afred dey beji ato. You see, e na wo ji tu. Anu nti say wo kwakọ. Na say akono obi ani nkonim. Na obi anso ni nkugu a strength na e wo both side no very great.
Yeah.
The moment ba ko beto form no members no weak.
Yeah.
Only see ankoleti anwi na kodai. Ye gusu a ekoleti a adene koba na 7 mentumi nka mentumi nyame na na mkofi tipa de ma wore kokko. And nti se party mu ko election na we screen anim na sa wo kofuma.
Yeah.
E weak you.
Yeah.
Into the only strength that you work any the leadership.
Yeah.
So umbe my most them say go ahead mo
yeah.
Be win want to win.
Yeah.
Sanya ma no etum peje. Until the moment Dr. Bawumia consider defeat in pe any jija all strength down. And until Ablekuma. Obeka say woman can say she cannot protect omo.
Yeah.
Certain no weak. Because before you did that because you accepting defeat.
I'm a security na switch. Police need to switch to
the no help so ko gain in favor.
Na me nyam na me kwa na mahama me yimadi.
That you me yimadi. And it sad no na woman na winning. Woman was leading.
Yeah, so woman no lead.
Yes.
Akwa fi no lead.
Nti onim say yen me western region ABC the same. The year 2016.
Yeah.
Mrekuduka.
Yeah.
Ya kan no treta no mrekuduka lusu. Takwa mrekuduka lusu. First one, second one, third one like to do me a budo see you and say NPP.
Yeah, because
I tell now Abba screen so Abba say Nanado is leading 2016.
Yeah, 2016.
And on a boy me majority.
Yeah.
And it's every election be candidates are all winning.
Yeah.
A lot of
seats.
Seats.
But Osha I na me check out but Osha 2016 President John Dramani Mahama na on na Ghana mampini.
Yeah.
Ya to abani wie ye no. Still no. Na man for hwe anim say ebia enkobe concede defeat.
Yes.
Or train day 1, day 2, day 3.
When you say oh so defeat.
What defeat? Where you look at defeat no.
Or train day 1, day 2, day 3.
Sheba bia 6 ya. Oyo dia.
No me to me build on that seat. And they capture another election.
Yeah, because so top from you only rely on one piece.
One piece. And they say your mighty minority. Didn't ya? Omo budget ye no mo 100 ah. Genya and one
Ablekuma North City can make you 89.
89. And to tell my you accept defeat no. And na the biako.
Without even knowing the number of seats you lose.
You lose.
Because I can see that clearly there are certain seats you are. And this for the Takashin and Jiffy.
Yes,
she owns a frank and don't proceed say
Gomoji. What do you say? Frank Ano don't pray brow brain. You defeated. You concede
defeating them.
You go for na. Ekofie.
Yes.
If you now ne kamafo.
Yes. Ayi abanga.
Yes.
I will win.
What's
no lead? What's no lead?
Only
Omo Bawumia concede defeat na adene koye.
Because security ni nya switch.
I switch.
Certain police ni o kan say mo die.
Don't tie.
Hey, onko na yen transfer.
Yen transfer no. Ebi so hoto bi agalamsey site bi odi
nkakra. Budos here wo around. Omo no sabe omo ye NPP na do mba imba sa atam no dru na say.
She nana nkansa boadu ma mencha na agregan zema hene. Ye koto council of state elections. Na NDC for say si ye to aba na papa na weni a ye nkan.
Yeah.
Ampa ye to aba na papa na lead na e ho no me sese omo de be sese niema. Ana ye tu sheda.
Yeah.
Ye ba ye na papa na I NDC na we. Enti ni say power na fi unsem a like I said
Ekofom.
So we should blame Dr. Bawumia for the cause of Ablekuma North.
And the woman be win. See I dey Jan na so say okay. Yenye bibia you okay media me hu odem say me yusu. Be ma me seat. Number protected party now.
In parliament.
Nanka ebenya over 90 seats Ghana.
Because that be only ato aba on the 7th of December.
When they see her from the same thing.
The same thing.
Yes. Because of the defeat
I conceding.
And you know, Dr. Bawumia, one, Ugu, venturism, groups are near war, NPP, Ugu Nina, and Mani election, you nya a body for a 7 boy. Nti na ballot papers e jum protect. Secondly, ye election ye. No asa akoso camera say ma consider defeat. Meanwhile, a lot of issues are NPP for a leader no. Radically and this for say difference. And this year Germany as obian wini, obian lucy, na say Germany dia. Strength no ebeye I mean to obian so be protecting it.
Yes.
So what's one lucy dia? Obo president so lucy. O try
okay, dey be yo no.
Ade be yo.
Ya executive power no. We ya dey.
If you on video no, almost secretary o president.
One
And o consider.
Na uja high.
Uja grade dey be yo no. Sunday man can you lucy.
Uche video na.
You nya 88
was say na me peace. Peace. We at war.
Peace is say protect your party. Go and protect your party. And your peace assembly. Yeah, election. 7 December election. And your peace assembly.
And you
drink and you call a company.
Now so say
I can't wait. Second two. But I can't wait. I mean
resistance.
Yes.
You have to be a tough guy because I will say now peace.
Intellectual accompany.
Who say now peace? Maybe say Dr. Bawumia say. So on the leader come concede defeat of peace.
Aye. Never so na lead. And na basa ya ba. Nga Dr. Bawumia.
Obe concede defeat.
Ngo be concede defeat say me peace.
Of peace. Because ade o ye na say odweno ba bia.
So that o concede defeat no it was too early. It is how we train. So on we defeating pa, it's how we train.
Say people were sitting on the tenterhood or more chair results no. Ne yatima go to aba. Say 4 days kwa na results be ba. Chairman me.
Manimra.
So why you say
anodon bre ye. CF bre ye. Ablekuma no bre ye. Omo nyina.
Win abanga bre ye. Dr. Bawumia
he was leading. Unim say abanga time of the status solution. Yeah. After videos the secretary say
Bawumia concede
defeat. Dr. Bawumia concede defeat. Hona omo chira basa ba hono. If you not NDC for no boys no from Omufi.
Na guy we Dapa that young guy I'm so have for no southwest.
Yeah, that young guy.
Yeah. Also bro or bread plans on your seat.
And so before no na ehoye di. Na o ni ma NDC for Kofi.
Tell man so yem fata kashi kwaje. Fredaichi for no southeast. Omo takashi de kwaje ni seat. Because Dr. Bawumia video about bon.
Yes.
Na bio. Now
we by research ayan no.
Yeah.
Na je kutabe say close to 95 seats.
Yes. Now my CC we
na boy. Ni na be boy you need by 25, 50. Baby anwa ni lead by 100, 200 omo de ma
there be. Omo je
ni nyina. Na election e ko baby a odipa bia na o win by 20, 25, 30, 100, 200. And this omo je ni.
Because na we am say Dr. Baby on pen one election the one pen one asem na eku. Yes, on pen one asem na akwoti asori.
So what do you say?
On pen one
asem na
election. Second the Japan pom one asem mo make imagine from
KK and then we no enye bone. You are protecting your party. You have to protect the party. Party election. Easy. Any the
ma me no kwa onye ready so ba declare.
Na say easy.
Obara was Obara was say komumu twenya quality.
Yeah.
Now I want to say Dr. Bawumia a press conference after Mahama about one win. Nti wono dey no watching.
Menia. Ye go sukui. Da ben na o try exams we. Na hu say we win exams. Na o declare won say won that first class.
Yeah, tell
what throw exams we. No ko fi aka chawo ma me say exams no me throw no. Me luso poto. Abra
teacher ni
marketing kura amunye. And my headmaster dey be Bible okoro nyame favor to so. Obi treasure so dum go bomba.
Na say be
say Yankopon mo na on pass.
The BC SSC actually say ko bi twa wi akoboko secondary school. O tell why form the market.
De aba. Utumu say what twa ni ye and I want twa ni ye but o twen say bibi betumi asi e de ama wo. Obi okro o mark a bibi tumi si mark ni. Ohun e di ye ntwen o twen no who dey protect your party no.
Yes.
O mo hope.
Yes.
And until the moment I can say me Dr. Bawumia ma consider defeat ni pe na NPP for start so mo.
When say 2012
this for say o mo bem. And now baby 20 differences, 30 differences. Be ship wo mu nyina in line.
2012
udi agro
ya yanko quarter.
Shai bo mo say Yakofi 8 years. Udi agro ade be yam. Mufra. O so wi ni 20, 50.
What is obedi 50
Koko. Any a pam ye go for ni nyina. anu ni ete no maami bre ne om say om nko yi nyina no om bre nyina no hwe how e dey ato maami so Ablekuma no
maami
ya obo
na bi o na mo de quickly
etu baby maami
say ya bo kwete election
this is on to me protect it because etu baby na NPP fo nya gina bia
na om ko kole set na apamo
mo because o leader na okọ ko gina o ma wo nya parliament akọ na se bo bebu men o leader na dwane akọ dwane
ese bo mo fo di na chi adiri aya na krabo kan na wo
I mean
o da mo ye de
o na mo ye de audition na ngase mpo o be di president nya position bia amodi no onu kura dwane ni nam no wale okọ walwali okọ
kra ko du walwali da
na fe wa wo ti Ablekuma no officer chinchina fence election
abusuafo ne dede na bantu ma mesum din de shaibula sisi e bi share da foforo